Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of Transcending the Culture. I am your host, James. We got Cat Queen, who is likely going to be popping in with us, but we got about 15 to 20 minutes with this R&B legend right here, man. Like, I have my whole Shannon Sharp intro put together, and I'm like, I can't even get it out. I'm excited to be here, so I'm just gonna go right into it. We are here with the amazing, with the undeniable Eric Roberson. What's going on, man?
I'm blessed, man. Blessed. Good to talk with you, man.
Listen, man.
I hate I didn't talk with you on Monday, man. It's good to see you was at the show.
Well, you know what? We were like rushing to get there. So when we got there, you had already started. So I was just like, at the end of the day, I just came to enjoy. And I like, because I've been in media for so long, sometimes I like just going to the show and just being able to vibe out and enjoy it and not even necessarily doing press and all that kind of stuff. And I knew I was talking to you today. So you'll know how excited I was, because when we set it up last week, something told me it was the same day. So I put a post up and was promoted and got on. And then I'm like, shoot, this ain't till the 16th, man. Like, what am I doing? So it's all good, man. But when you talk about being blessed, man, I have been doing media now for 24 years. I want to say 25 so bad, but I've been doing it for 24 years, and it's because of people like you specifically who allow me to support you, and then people like you who support me. And it's rough out here for the independent that's doing media, trying to get coverage in the press. So like, any opportunity I get to do this, I'm just like, thank you.
Yeah, likewise.
But I actually just want to get into the show at the Music Box Supper Club this past Monday. You seem like you're kind of a regular there. I know you come here to the city a lot, but have you performed at the Supper Club?
I've done that place. I don't know about 10 times, but it's getting close to about 10 times. Been definitely over the last, right before the pandemic, we were probably already hitting it. So I've probably been there at least 6-7 times, probably for sure.
It's like, it's something, first of all, just about a live intimate setting where you know that the artist can see you, and clearly you can see the artist, and like the way you were just into the show and talking to the people and making up songs on the fly, and I was just, damn, like, this dude is cold. Like, man, get it. Like, how long did it take you to get to that space where you could really command the crowd the way that you were? Because like, you had them like wrapped up in your hand, like you said, this is arm over here because she keep her arm up. And I was just like, he got this. Like, he got this.
Yeah, right. It was just stating obvious. For the first 30 minutes of the show, she was like this with her right. I made sure I'm gonna sit. That's her right arm. We call her right arm because she ain't throw her left arm up. And then the other girl, she just did something really. I called her Miss Fork because she had she was eating through the whole form. And then some song came out. She was like, she threw the fork down. I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, I remember that. And you're right. It does. A lot of times, you get on stage and spotlights in your face, everything's dark. Yeah. There's something special where you can look and you can see everybody. Yeah. You can see what they eating, who they sitting with, what they talking.
Absolutely.
And that just opens up another ability for communication. I grew up doing theater. I went to college for it. It really helped my songwriting. Yeah. And then just trying to find my way on stage. What I would tell you is I used to host this show in New York called Soul Village. I would showcase other artists. And I did it for 16 years, every month, every third Wednesday for 16 years. And what I will tell you is that it was loose. It was really loose. I mean, if somebody wasn't ready, or if a band got there and their sound wasn't right, I had to stall for, 3 minutes or whatever. I did everything on that stage that you can imagine, except for go to the bathroom. I once flew in from London and did the show. and literally took a nap on the stage. Literally laid down right there on the stage, like, hey, we're gonna do it. Let's do it.
Right.
So I think a level of comfort came from that, knowing it's always gonna work out in some way or somehow.
Yeah.
But also just doing a lot of shows and realizing, I'll tell you a valuable lesson also, and it was a Soul Village lesson. We would showcase artists. I remember a lot of times coming in at somebody's sound check and they just got off the subway. They had a baseball cap on, a book bag, and they killing sound check. And I was just standing there like, wow. And then they would go in the dressing room and then put on something the stylist told them to put on.
Right.
And did something the manager told them to do. And then by the time it came showtime, they were a different person and it missed.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I really wanted to see that person during sound check. Like what that person had, that looseness, that freedom.
Yeah.
So I just try to keep that looseness and that freedom.
Right.
And try to, let the cards fall where they may. Get somebody not be pleased? Sure. Somebody's like, he talked too much. He making too many songs or whatever. Sure, there's always. But at the end of the day, I think we bring a certain brand and style and people appreciate it.
I think there's more people who appreciate
yeah.
Like musically, you are your own person. You don't sound like nobody. Like you are that guy that when we hear you, we know who it is. And you've been out here for over 30 years, like 1994, man. So like you got enough music. You got so much music out here that no way possible could we go through all of your music that you've done. But you got some bangers. Like I talked to you when you released Lessons with Anthony Hamilton, and like that track was amazing to the point that it relates to everybody's lives. Like I think that's what people really get from you.
Yeah.
I think that's what people are getting from you. And you put so much of your own life into your music. Like, has that always been the case? Like in terms of you being that personal, that like while you were on stage, you talked about your son in the back room. You talked about, the song that you were doing where, it really was just, it really was relating to, the other people that have, and the people in the audience who have stuff going on and you feel like giving up, you feel like stopping, but you kept going, and music is really got you through it. Like, were you always that personal? And
I think transparency has always worked for me. I think trying to be hesitant on what you share has never been a good payoff for me.
Yeah.
And sure, could somebody take it out of context, and somebody, try to, I'm thankful to one that are talking bad about my kids or saying something bad about my wife or and if I shared it, I had a tough time really taking advantage of it or something of that nature. But I think I learned a long time ago, if you're not revealing, you're not writing.
Yeah.
Right. So for me to really make an impact, or if I even say this, really, I wrote a song about my grandmother when I was in college, and the song, like, I wrote it in like 15 seconds. Right. And I was like, what the heck was that? Right. I was like, I remember like that feeling overwhelming me and just kind of missing my grandmother. My grandmother passed when I was 7 years old, but still missed it and just kind of somehow sitting there writing and it just was there.
Yeah.
And I think as I started going further, I tried to get closer to the connection of how do these songs show up, and it's when it's the more personal. And even when I was heavy as a songwriter, when we used to go to New York every 2 weeks to pitch our songs, and I would probably write a song a day, and I would go to New York with 14 new songs. The song that went crazy over was usually the one, like when the night was over and just before I went to sleep, I sat at the keyboard just one more time, just play something really silly and just kind of sang and was sharing my heart or whatever. And that was a song. So I was like, I just started leaning more towards those. I think transparency is just, for me, has just always been the way. And even in business, I don't like to leave much room for assumption, especially in business, but especially art out. Even though, people will take the art and they'll define it for whatever it means for them. I at least want to share why I did it. I became an artist because I was writing songs that were too personal to share. I can't sell this to Music Soul Child. This is my song. I can't share this to Vivian Green. This is my personal hurt.
And that's a perfect segue too, man, because the next thing I really was going to touch on is just the fact that I think that I, like many other people out here, really learned about you, or first learned about you through our favorite artists. So you've been like our favorite artist favorite artists. And you mentioned Music Soul Child, who you've done work with, Vivian Green. You got 112. You got Gina Thompson, who I'm trying my damnedest to get. And I'm like, I want Gina Thompson on the podcast so bad. Will Downing, like so many people who you've worked with that we love all these other people. So we've had the blessing and the ability to learn more about you and your craft and what you do. Like, it's really, really dope, man. Like, what is it like for you to see these artists? Like you had Jay Sean Champion at the show, and when I walked in and I saw him in the audience, it's almost like Michael Jackson Moonwalker when the cartoon was trying to say it's Michael Jackson, and I'm like that's dude, but he not human at large, but that's brother. And then when he got up there and sang, man, did he sing on Where You Gonna Go or?
No, he sang on 2 songs. So I featured him on the album twice. Over You, Under You, the new song that's out now. Right. And there's a song called Trust and Love that's following right after it that he's featured. That's when he's really singing. Yeah. Like, BJ.
I love that track, man. Like,
yeah, BJ Chicago Kid. I've been very fortunate. A lot of great friends joined me on this album, and even like a Jay Sean, who actually wrote on my first album. 25 something years ago. Yeah, we've been friends for a long time, and he's one of my favorite writers, man. He's just such an amazing writer.
Yeah. But he was like out in the audience, like as you were singing, he was like out in the audience, basically doing background and vibing. And I said, I don't know if Eric hear it up there, but like he is tearing it up out here. Like,
I wish I could hear it. Yeah, that's amazing.
Super, super dope. Like I had an opportunity to talk to him at the end and was like, dude, like, I swear to God, I've been trying to meet you. I've known your brother, but I've been trying to meet you for probably 25 years, man. So I'm glad that I got the opportunity to, and we're going to get you on the cover of this magazine. Like,
I love it.
So we're going to do some stuff with him, but it was just a blessing to be in the building and just to witness like that type of magic. Like, I only get it from like people like you, people like Raheem Devon, people like Faith Evans. Like it's a handful of them. And actually my partner's not there right now, but we both, and when I say like you're like R&B, it's not necessarily the vibe for my partner because she's my cousin, but she's a lot younger than me. So I always mess with her like you on the Sexy Reds and those people. That's really. But when I tell you, she was like rocking to it and vibing and like you did an amazing show, man. I'm gonna let her jump in here because I know she's got a couple questions and then I may have 1 or 2 more. But this is Cat Queen.
Don't do me. Nah, I'm not just Sexy Red and Glorilla out.
Okay? Let's go Sexy Red.
I know a little something about something now. Okay. But how are you doing? I really enjoyed the show so much. Oh my God.
Thank you.
I really felt like it reinvigorated my love for R&B.
Oh wow.
As James said, I'm a millennial. So I feel that we're now getting to that grown and sexy age, and where the R&B singers that are coming out, I don't really identify with them anymore. They're singing about stuff that's not really what I'm looking for, and I find myself always going back to the 90s. I just act like it's the 90s and 2000s for real. I really don't. I just feel like music after COVID ain't even doing nothing for me. So when I heard your music, it was just like, oh my God, like you have all these different themes. You have all these different, like every song was totally different from what came before it. And I really enjoyed your new music. And you talked about, I'm not able to let you go. And, the songs like that. And I was just like, ooh, he might be talking to me. Dang. I'll be texting my ex after the show.
All right.
But you use so many different musical, just different things to really bring the show alive. You use some crescendo, decrescendo, making it loud, making it soft, bringing it up, bringing it down. Like it was very, very, I can tell that you're just so classically trained. I know you've worked with so many people, but how do you do that? How do you do the things that you do? Because you had the crowd in the palm of your hand. Like, it was something totally. I would say me and James have been to multiple shows over the past 2 years. We've been to Independent. We've been to giant names, you know, and I will say this has been the best, and right hand to God, this has been the best R&B show I have seen in the past few years, and I stand by that. So how do you do those things? How is it just something you learned? Is it something inside you? Give us like a bit of your thought process of how you use these different musical tools to make your show very unique.
Well, it's great. First of all, thank you, because it's such amazing words you've given to the show, and I appreciate you for coming. Do not call your ex as well, by the way. Don't do that. Okay, let's all not do that. Okay. But I think a lot of it is, one, getting out of the way of ourselves, right? Because doubt and insecurity, or just questioning the moment or the purpose or the nudge that may happen, just creates hesitation. Hesitation creates, you miss the moment. And I think everything really happens for a reason. 2 + 2 clearly equals 4. So there's a certain thing becomes very obvious to me. And at the same time, guess what? Plenty of stuff will not work. We made plenty of mistakes on the show, on the stage. And I think that if I tell the band, like, if you make a mistake, make it loud. I'd rather you be enormously loudly wrong than passively right, you know? And because who am I to say what is art? Playing the wrong note might feel good to somebody, you know, or me cracking in my voice at a very emotional moment, and much I'm going, oh my God, I just cracked. Somebody else might like, oh, he really feeling it. He came out his act, you know what I mean? So I think a lot of that. The other part, though, is I think you practice your craft till it becomes invisible. And so when I get on stage, sure, I've taken voice lessons for many years. Sure, I've done theater. Sure, we're working on different stuff. Sure, the band and I have rehearsed. Mm-hmm. But you leave all that in the dressing room. You leave it all there. And even when it comes to like making up a song from scratch, I've worked on making words rhyme so much I don't even think about it anymore. But that's just years of just.
I swear I sat there while you were doing it, and I'm like, how the fuck is he making this? I said
I never have heard listen, I do improv. I'm an actor, you know, and
Come
this
on.
and that. How were you improving whole songs? I'm like,
because
this dude is crazy. He's crazy with it.
But I've written so many songs before. Even now, I just need to know what I'm writing about. I just need to know the subject matter. But crunching syllables, or if something happens, I want to apply that, or anything. A lot of it is, especially improvisation. If you'll know, the one thing about improvisation is the less you think. It's like trust, think less, trust more, right? Yeah. So it's just really trusting that it's going to be there. You know, the funny thing is, and there's no accident. So we had a staff meeting this morning, and one of the staff members brought an intern in. So you'll know this because you were at the show. So remember the guy, I made a song up, and the guy said he was a rising junior. Uh-huh.
Yes,
and I asked him, I said, what's a rising junior? He couldn't explain it. Do you know in this, like, wait a minute. In this meeting today, Ashia, part of my staff, introduces her intern, Aiden, and he said he was a rising senior. I said, stop the meeting. Second time in life I ever heard this. I never heard this ever in life. Now you tell me this happened 2 times in 72 hours.
Yeah.
So I said, what does a rising senior mean? He says he means that it's the summertime. I'm no longer a junior. I'm rising into my senior year. So I'm like, of course, the guy probably knew it, but that was 28 years ago that he was a rising junior. So it's like, but it's just using everything that's there. Just using, for me, a song is already written. I'm really just there to find it, you know, whether it's the studio, whether it's the stage. And I think we are to work on our craft so that we're prepared. You know, a photographer that catches, you know, this amazing shot has worked so long. He's not worrying about he or she or the shutter speed and this, that. I just need to be in the right place at the right time for when the right thing shows up. And I know a talent, so I'm not even overthinking. Oh, let me make sure my flat. No, I'm just there. I'm there to catch it. So it's like everything goes away, but being connected. And I think maybe the connection in that kind of show, especially like so I can see everybody, is that everyone knows that at any point I might look at you. At any point I might say something to you. At any point, you know, something special may happen. And I love that about I love that. But I mean, if you see next time you're at a show, you'll notice it's not the most healthiest thing. I'll keep one in ear out. Yeah. So I want to hear the crowd. I want to hear, if I put both of them in, it's going to really like lock away what may be said to me. So I keep one out so that I can, if somebody says something ignorant, I want to hear it because it's going to add to the show. It's like, come on, you know what I mean? Let's add to it.
So much audience participation. That was so fun. That's what made it so fun. The dude was like, "Oh, this couple, they got married yesterday. Like, forget the 20 years of the people over there. They look over here." And I think that is so funny. I'm like, I don't know if Eric belong on this stage or over on the Funny Bone, because you had me cracking up. Like, you was like, I really love people that can blend music and comedy and just have a great time. It was so crazy. And you know how people say that as Black people we losing recipes, and musically, we had the blues, we had jazz, where there wasn't all these rules, and and people could flow, and I think that show really brought me into that moment. It really brought me into your life and your music, and also the stories about your wife and things like that. They say R&B suck because men ain't down on their knees with 4 dudes behind them, singing and proposing and begging no more.
Like you back to begging.
baby, please. We were missing that. So it's really invigorating to see someone who really loves and respects their wife and their partner and holds them to a high esteem, to where I could feel the love. And I'm sitting there thinking, me as a single woman, like, damn, like this what I'm looking for. Like, maybe I need to give me somebody doing some doo-wop pop because I need some love. But it just was so amazing. I can't get enough. And my mother told me, I don't know if James could pull up the comment, but I came home and I was so excited to show her the footage. I'm like, hold on, you gotta see this dude. Like, he crazy with it. And when you hit that long ago,
listen,
not my man.
I was coming back from the bathroom when you started singing that, and I was like, hold on now, like I said, he hit Luther. I said,
yeah. Not everybody supposed to do Luther now.
Right.
Right.
Listen, we hold Luther close to our heart,
Right.
So she said if he could tear up some Luther, it ain't nothing he could do. She said you was a bad boy, and listen, me and all my sisters, my mom, we got a big family. Ask James. We are all about to get the download in, and I need them new songs ASAP, because I was just, ooh. You talking about he was like, she's sexy or something. I don't know. I was like, oh shoot, I'm taking pictures of myself like, oh my little harmony or whatever. You had us feeling so good.
Yeah. I think there's just something else that a lot of people get from your show. Like I told you before, I survey the room. So I'm looking around to see what people are doing and how people are moving, how they're reacting. Like, even down to, like, we thought our waitress was loony as a Bessie bug, man. But when I tell you, she kept stopping, like, in her tracks to vibe and to dance and to sing.
Oh, nice.
It was just like, you could tell that they love him here, and you could tell that he's a regular, which is why I said that in the beginning. Like, I could tell that you've been here before, because, like, they are feeling you. And then when I look at the calendar, you're really the only R&B person on there. Like you're really the only person of your caliber, of your style, of this genre who's on that list. Like,
it's unfortunate. We hope more people would.
It is. But you're
I hope
your eyes to what we can do musically. And like I said, you had that crowd in the palm of your hand, and only a master of this genre, of this business, can do that. In my mind,
that means a lot. No, that means a lot. I don't take it lightly. I appreciate it. We had a great time, and so that was the third show in 3 days of the new tour. So we were excited just to bring new songs and new versions of the older songs. So it was a good time.
How many more dates and stops do you have on this new tour?
It doesn't really stop, because I have young kids at home. I really tour Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. So it's kind of Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the foreseeable future. But this tour probably will last for about a year. We don't do like a heavy 30-city tour and then we stop. We kind of just cover all the markets. So
yeah,
my wife's turning 50 in September. We're taking some time off then, and after that, it's back to touring heavy for the rest
kudos
of
to
the
her.
year.
Happy birthday
Yeah.
to her. I think that's really dope. I love the fact that you said you take one kid every week. So
yeah.
That was so cool. That was so cool.
I leave tomorrow with my oldest to Atlanta already. So yeah, he's already sizing things up. So
talk about take your child to work. See, my mom just took me to the post office. See, this is real stuff, man. I would be so excited.
Yeah.
So you say that you are introducing your children into your world. What would you say to the young people that really want to work on their craft in R&B and want to rise above these, just they make a song and then it go away, and how do they get that lasting feeling? How do they get to where you are, where you have these diehard fans? Like, what advice could you give to them?
I would remind them that for me, it started very small, and take the steps forever, how long it takes, and everybody's dream comes true in a different way. But my first shows were 20 people, in different cities, just selling up CDs to get home and stuff like that. So, take the time and just grow. Know that if you put everything towards it, you work hard, that it will work. But I also would encourage them to really take the time to define what success really means to them before they go after success. Know what it is. What is it? What is love?
Right.
What does love mean to you? How do you define it? Then look for it, right? A lot of times where I'm not here to find the success that my friends wanted for me. I can't necessarily say that we see eye to eye in that way. So if you take the time to really define it, you'd be surprised. You might have a different answer.
Yeah.
So that would be my advice to them.
Wow. I think that's a really good answer. I think that a lot of people are chasing fame or they're chasing acceptance. They're not really doing things out of a place of love or out of art or expression. I really kind of hate, it's not that I don't use AI or whatever, but I really hate that that's taken over, because we're so talented. We're so smart. We're so, you think differently than other people think. You perform differently than other people. And that's something that, it's kind of scary that we might lose something like that. What do you feel about, AI and music and people using artist voice and, using AI to bring back Whitney or bring back something, something that they're trying to recapture something,
I'm probably more scared. I'm more scared of AI just for the fact that I watched the Terminator. Every Matrix, everything has warned us to this very moment.
It has.
But if you speak from a musical standpoint, I still remember when the drum machine came out and how drummers thought they were going to be out of business and thought how bad it would be for music. And then Black people got involved and showed what we could do with a drum machine, what we could do with a sampler. So I do think that, what Black people did to Honda Accords or BMW M5s, right? Or a Land Cruiser, right? It's like we always say, okay, I see what you made. I see what you're doing. Let's show you what we would do with it. And that's the part I'm excited about AI, even though I may not understand it to what expansion, but I do think that some level of creativity is just natural life of evolving, because Billie Holiday might say that the same thing about us with like multi-track recording now. I have 100 tracks to work with now when she only had one track to work with. So, let's see what happens. But I'm just hoping that, the robots don't turn on us soon. That's all.
They already are going on little tangents. Like
listen, we ain't far from it.
Listen. I'm like Will Smith told us that I Robot, don't trust them boys. So and they could never do what you do. So I think you're safe. You're safe.
That part. So that's the part. I find comfort in.
So I know we're low. I know we're low on time. I definitely want to make sure that we make some mention of your new singles out there. So you have Where You Gonna Go with DJ Chicago Kid, and then you have Over You Under You, which of course is with Jay Sean Champion. And I need to make mention of the fact that Najee is on there. And for as young as I guess I am, for as young as I am, I have known about Najee pretty much my entire life because of my mother. So like I can take you back to some Najee from probably 20, 25 years ago. So to see him on this track, to see that he's on this track too, like I'm really just elated at what you've put together and the project that you have out here, because I feel it's something that we have been missing for a long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I look for you. I look for Raheem Devine. I look like it's a handful of people that I look for new music from, because I know that I'm gonna get something that is gonna relate to life and that's gonna make me vibe out. And so, talk about your singles. And then obviously where people can get them.
Yeah, where we can find them.
What the timeline looks like on the full project.
Well, those new singles are part of the upcoming project called Beautifully All Over the Place. The album comes out actually next week, but I'm not putting it on the stream platforms for a second. You can go to the website, and we're waterfalling, so we're releasing a single every single month. But I'm really excited. I mean, the single's been doing really well. Shout out to BJ, Jay Sean, and Najee. But it's a really great album. I wrote over the last 2 years. A very different album for me. I think it has a little bit of everything. For those who are at the shows, you see that we're covering over various amount of subjects and just having a good time, man. So you can go to ericrobersonmusic.com and find out where we're playing at and to get the album as well. And I just want to thank everybody in advance.
When I tell you I'm ready to buy that album, I almost was gonna say I'm gonna have to go hem somebody up and try to get a copy of this album. But
yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to buy this album, and then when it comes out on the streaming platforms, I'm gonna go ahead and stream it. I'm so grateful and appreciative of you, man, because this whole media business is like, when I say it's passion for me, like we all want to make some money, but at the end of the day, like, I just need to do something that makes me happy and make me feel like part of the world. So like this does it for me. And the fact that you support us, and now this is the second time that I've connected with you. You officially UGD family, man.
You're in the family now.
I don't want no comments back saying I don't know this dude.
No, I got you.
I'm like, no, I know him. I know him.
That's right. That's right. Ex-boyfriend. Act right.
Yeah, what you gonna do now?
Huh? Okay.
I think it's really dope, man. Again, we really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Them hats that they were selling at the event, can we buy those on the website?
They'll be up with the album probably next week as well. Beautifully All Over the Place caps as well. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna front to you, man. My budget really wasn't on point for Monday.
No, so I get it. Like, no worries. There's no rush, man.
I wanted the album, and then I saw somebody buy the last one. I'm like, okay. We sold out everything in Cleveland, so that was nice.
They were, people were going crazy. Like you wouldn't believe. Like people stayed afterward and was taking pictures on the water. All the couples, I seen a couple. They was all touchy feely, and like, oh baby.
I mean, you introduced
they was hand dancing.
Like you introduced us to a whole new venue too, because the reality is, Kat and I are at the comedy club downstairs just about every week.
Oh, okay.
Neither of us have ever been upstairs to the the venue, so it was really dope to get up there.
Music box. That was wonderful.
The show was amazing, man. Just thank you so much for the opportunity, for allowing us to even be in your presence while you performed.
That was so special.
And I look forward to more of it, man. Like I appreciate it.
I look forward as well, man. I see y'all in Cleveland or another city. I appreciate it, man.
I'm almost like you need to come back now. I feel like we ain't seen you in a month.
Come on back. I heard a little birdie said you was planning on doing some little impromptu thing the next time.
That's we plan those shows together too.
I'm gonna stand in the front with a rose. Like hopefully you see something.
we gonna that's it. You better get ready. We're gonna call you.
Rose. I won't be at my
we're gonna call you up. So yeah.
Well, it's cool, man. We do hit the nearby cities too. So like if we see you in Detroit or we see you anywhere close by enough where we could drive down there, then we kind of do that sometimes too and go to shows.
Got you.
So you may see us again at an upcoming show, but I appreciate you, man. I know Kat appreciates you immensely.
Yeah.
And the numbers been on this podcast. They've been going up and going. So I know they appreciate you too. Any kind of final words you want to say?
Just thank you, man. Thank you for the love and attention. I get it. Anybody could be listening to something else, but they listen to us, so I appreciate that.
And tell your team, don't shoot me, man. I know I went over. I know.
Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Sorry.
All good. Well, look, be safe. I look forward to talking with y'all again, man.
Absolutely, man. Have a good night.
All right, no doubt.
Bye.
Okay, all right, bye-bye now.
Cat Queen, I think that this was really, really dope. I want to say thank you to the people who are on this live. I've seen like the numbers ain't went down.
People
So
been
I appreciate
people been popping in. We have you see my mom said, as great as you sang Luther, you are a superstar in my book. Listen.
Right.
Let me find out my mom then got her a new crush, okay?
Listen.
She been needing somebody since Luther. Since we had to lay loose for the rest.
The way he laid that song out.
I mean, I was just in awe. When I really say it, you know how I've been saying, you know, there are no superstars, and we just had a conversation. Where are the R&B superstars? Where are these R&B people? I was saying, I don't have.
We've been having that conversation day after day.
Every time people been coming on the show, I'm like, okay, great, I got somebody new. And this was like, I mean, when I say it really opened up something in me, like it was so powerful, and it's invigorating. That's really what it was. It invigorated my love for R&B and just live music and how live music is supposed to be. Because we go to a lot of shows and it made so much sense when he said he takes out one earbud, because I know that there are a lot of artists that get in the zone and they're just performing, but the back and forth and the you know, bringing the crowd into it and asking people, you know, how long y'all been married, and, you know, telling the impromptu story of, you know, this is how we met and we was at the pool hall and we did that. It was just like, I've never seen anyone in my recent years to do it that good. And Absolutely. So that not only shows how much talent he has, but how much he put into it. We always talked about artists are not putting in that work behind the scenes. They're not doing the sound checks. They're not doing the practices with their band. They're just not putting in that time. And I could just tell that he does, that he cares about what he's doing, that he's passionate, that he has the talent and the work and the drive. Absolutely. And I really love a man that makes decisions on his touring based on his family. Absolutely. Based on and that's something that a lot of artists and a lot of celebrities and a lot of working people don't do. They work and they say, oh, well, I'm going on this tour. And, you know, they miss years of their kid's life. And to see someone say, I'm not, for the foreseeable future, I'm not doing that. And to still be successful, still have these people, these diehard fans, still have, you know, sold out shows and things like that. So I'm just really, really happy to be getting, I just want to say thank you to James to exposing me to so many great artists and so much music that I don't always know. You know, we was in the car and you was jamming, you was kicking out like that. James, when I tell you, I ain't even gonna lie, bro, I was over there with my Shazam. When I tell you, listen, when I sit here and tell you, look, Fabulous, doing it well, out of the blue, Snoop Dogg, roller coaster,
Nicki Minaj and Fabulous,
roller coaster, Drew Hill, Ludacris. When I sit here and tell you that the last Shazam, so I was in the car with James, like, y'all. What song is this?
The fact that I didn't even realize that you were Shazamming and we drove all the way to Akron. Like, that's dope.
Transcending the culture, family. Let me tell y'all what I be doing. When I be with a dude and he got
you know my playlist is on Apple. You know my playlist is public on Apple Music.
It's public on Apple Music, and a lot of the songs that you have right now, guys, are streaming on the radio station. You get that on TuneIn and on Apple Music. So if you're trying to get like me, who I'm trying to get like James, if you're trying to get in, because James know the deep cuts. He know the deep cuts. He know the artists you supposed to be knowing. So I just want to thank you for doing that for me, because I might know some of the new people, or I'll be showing you the new songs like, oh, who is this? But that's to really have someone that knows the music, like, you know, music, you know, so thank you for that. And I would have never, you know, been exposed to Eric. I wouldn't have been exposed to so many different artists that I'm really happy that I'm really having, you know, I'm in a different space in my life. Like I was telling him, you know, I'm getting older. I want to be in love. I want to be married. I don't want to turn up. I don't want to turn up and twerk every dang time. Damn, that's just on the weekends. Okay.
But I was telling him too, like, artists that do like intimate shows like that, like that goes a lot further with me, because you can actually get to know who the artist is. Mm-hmm. And he was so transparent with his life and
so transparent. Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. And then I was telling him, like, one of the only other people that I've seen that does that when they tour is Raheem Devine.
Oh,
like that's a show that if you have not seen Raheem Devine, like, that's a show that you absolutely need to get to. I mean, but Eric Roberson.
There are some definitely some independent artists and some different artists, especially in Cleveland. Artinka does a wonderful intimate show, and Charity Ivana, y'all. Charity Ivana, when she did her show at the House of Blues over Thanksgiving, it was like that. It kind of reminded me of that, and she even went further to where she was passing the mic to the singers in the crowd.
Yeah.
When I say the people,
but you saw how he passed the mic to the guy in the audience.
Oh my God, I forgot to even ask him about that. And that guy could sing. Yeah. If he would have passed it to me, I'd have been sounding like a horse dying. Okay, so I'd have been, you know.
It was so good. Like that was a good show.
It was so good. It was just such a good show, you know. And I hope. I wish that more, artists would go to these type of shows. I know that a lot of artists shy away from, trying to steal from somebody, but I think that some of them really need to look at the older artists and look at the ethic, look at what they're doing.
And look
because,
at how
like I said, what did I say? I said he's singing circles.
Yeah.
He's singing, performing circles around these young people.
But look at how long his career has withstood. Like he released his first project and he released his first project in 1994. So that's 31 years.
And to be still so relevant and
album right now. Like that's unheard of.
That is just so crazy to be on tour with so many different people and be working with different people. And you see that often with someone he previously worked and collaborated with, which is Jill Scott.
And I was going to mention the fact that he worked with Jill Scott because we talked about how he had done work for Music Soul Child, 112, Vivian Green. It's a lot of people he's worked for. Like Emotional Roller Coaster, like he was part of that. And he sang background for some people.
Let me tell you, when I was in the 8th grade, I dressed up like Vivian Green for 2 weeks straight. Yeah. And nobody knew who the hell, because I was young. They like, what the hell did you do? I came with my flowy dress with my flower in.
She does an amazing show.
Amazing. She is one of my Vivian Green is one of my favorite singers. Everybody, even my whole family knows that. Like I love me some Vivian Green. And me and her have that connection as well because her son has a disability.
I was just getting ready to mention that.
And so that is somebody that I really look up to. And he
does motivational Mondays. He do
and he is doing his own thing, and it's just a testament to mothers. And she said how sometimes she had to slow down, sometimes she had to back away from stuff, sometimes she it's a push and pull, and I often have to do things like that.
Like when you're in this type of a business and you can put all of this on the back burner for your kids, and you and people look at it like, well, you're supposed to do that because you're a parent, but that don't mean
that does not mean that they do. There's so many.
Like when you look at Faith Evans and her son Ryder and how she has literally put her music and all of that stuff on the back burner for the last 5-6 years to make sure that he's getting the resources and stuff that he needs, for IEP and all of that kind of stuff. Like that goes a long way. And you have dealt with that firsthand. I've dealt with that firsthand, with like that. To me, the artist who can really relate to other people's lives and what they have going on, like that's the artist that lasts forever.
Those are the people that are superstars, like Holly Robinson Peete, Toni Braxton. A lot of parents, have that push and pull because of their child and especially their disability, their needs. Yeah. And I deal with that as well. And for Transcending the Culture family, y'all little cousin Kayla started her job this week, y'all.
She worked the whole day. I'm coming to get my check.
She worked the whole day today.
Tell her I'm coming to get my percentage.
The first day was a little shaky, but the second day she worked all day, and she's definitely gonna take her mommy and her older cousin James out.
I was gonna say, babe, make sure he in there because I want some cheese.
We gotta get some.
I keep saying cheese. Where do we go eat at?
Chili.
Why I keep saying cheese? Well, tell her
you
I
always say cheese.
Tell her I want some chili. Or either one of them burgers that I got from the venue on Monday, because that burger
was so. Listen, that food was good. They got them good batter fries and that soup. Listen, I was full off the soup. I was happy. So
I don't want y'all to think we know fatties and that we just gonna be talking about food on the podcast. But
listen, I'm sorry. We that's part of the experience. Okay, we gonna tell y'all everything y'all need to know, so y'all know if y'all need to eat before y'all go. So it's safe. You can go there. You can get you something to eat. Very great experience. I'm just so thankful for the different people we've been connected with, especially these musical artists, especially the ones that have been coming on the show.
For sure.
So we have a show later on tonight.
Yes, we do. We have Boss Lady on the show tonight. Everything's actually already set. Links and all that stuff are created already, so we are good to go at 7 o'clock. I am ready.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to get into some of these topics. We are going to be talking about Nicki Minaj versus SZA.
Oh,
We're gonna be talking all of that, all her crash outs and everything. So you guys, if you guys are ready to get in some hot topics, make sure you comment down below or comment on any of our flyers and let us know if there's any hot topics you want us to discuss. But we're gonna get into it all tonight.
Absolutely. We got a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of really dope shows that are going to be coming up. Soap Dish, which is going to be a deep dive into the Black soap opera Beyond the Gates. That is going to be starting in another week and a half. So keep a lookout for that. We'll start doing posting and promoting. We also have Cleveland's own DJ Squirt. She is going to be on the Black Print. So the Black Print is back. Working on getting this book finished. So the Black Print is back, and DJ Squirt is going to grace the first episode back this coming Saturday. That is at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the network. So you guys can pull that up. UGD Podcasting and Radio.info. Go to the site. Watch us on Saturday live at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. She's actually based in Houston. So we'll be virtual in the virtual studio. But then next Friday, we have another issue of UG Digital Magazine that's going to release. And she is on the cover. So that's going to be dope. We have quite a few covers that are coming. There's one with myself. There's one with Cat Queen. We have Culture Crave that's going to be launching very soon.
Yes.
We also have UGD Land on Patreon that is going to be launching actually this evening. We have a merch brand that is in the process of being created. It's a lot of stuff going on. And as if we just have all this time, we're also working on getting the nonprofit going so that we can bring some more talent on board and get some more people working on some things and really help some people who want to get into this business and this industry. It don't have to just be podcasting either. It could be the radio portion. It could be the magazine portion, interviewing, red carpets, that sort of thing. So we are bringing people in, as a part of the team now. So look forward to that. And it's so many other things that are going on that I can't mention everything right now, but we are just grateful that you guys are keeping up with us, checking us out, and coming in on these lives. I think that's really all I got. You got anything else, Kat?
Nope. Make sure y'all tune in tonight.
Tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to be live here on the network with Transcending the Culture. So we are back. Them hot topics is going to be jumping tonight, and we have Boss Lady on the show tonight. So you do not want to miss that tonight. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And Kat, if you are good, I'm good. We're going to phase out of here. Peace. All right, y'all. Everybody enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we will see you at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time sharp.
Bye.